Enlarge, vaguely reminiscent of the brand's infamous Steph Curry design. In recent years, I've tracked my running in many ways: wristbands, smartwatches, pant sensors, socks, and the like. But smart running shoes have always promised the most convenient solution for those who want to track running without extra devices. Unless you prefer running barefoot, which some do, everyone needs a pair of shoes before they go running. And why not make those shoes work a little harder? Under Armour initially embraced this idea with the debut of its Speedform Gemini 2 smart sneakers a couple of years ago. Now, the company has new designs with improved internal tech in the form of the $130 to $140 HOVR Phantom and $100 to $110 HOVR Sonic connected shoes. The new kicks track every step of your run, capturing enough data to educate both novice and expert runners about the form and progress. And when combined with the improved MapMyRun app, the new HOVR shoes make a good case for ditching that smart wristband and lacing up a pair of these instead. Design out of the two new shoe models Under Armour debuted, I tested the HOVR Phantom. It has an improved design that is made with a wax-based foam for better energy return, softness, and adaptivity. The HOVR name, pronounced HOVR, comes from the new foam cushion with a durometer contained by Under Armour's Energy Web, which is supposed to be responsive and better at directing energy than other designs. The knitted collar around the ankle and the knit forefoot make the Phantom feel like a sock on your foot, which some runners will appreciate more than others. The Sonic is more minimalistic and doesn't have a knitted collar. It took me a few runs to get used to this style, but the Phantoms were quite supportive and comfortable to run with both during indoor and outdoor workouts. Under Armour's previous connected shoes, the Speedform Gemini 2, are completely different in design from the two HOVR styles, and the new shoes have some invisible design changes as well. Under Armour's SensorPod, the technology that's used to track running and transmit that data to the MapMyRun app, remains embedded in the sole of the right shoe, but it has been improved. Company representatives told us that the connectivity and transferabilities of the new pod are much better than the previous model, allowing it to better maintain a connection to the MapMyRun app and transmit more data to it. In the future, Under Armour hopes to add more trackable stats to the shoes by pushing out software and firmware updates. Under Armour also lowered the pace threshold for run tracking when running without a smartphone. In its previous connected shoes, you had to run at a pace of 11 minutes per mile for the shoes to properly track the exercise. While Under Armour didn't specify the new pace requirement, it did say that the new shoes will now be able to detect running at slower paces. Like the Gemini 2, the HOVR shoes don't need to be charged. According to Under Armour, the battery will outlast the runner's wear and tear of the shoe, meaning the shoes will likely wear down to the point where you need a new pair before the battery comes close to dying. The company says the HOVR shoes last an average of 300 miles of use, but it's tough to estimate battery life because every user has a different running schedule and frequency. However, the shoes enter power conservation mode when not in use to maintain the battery's life for a longer period. If time. Profile of the Under Armour HOVR Phantom running shoes. Circular knit forefoot, tongue, and collar. External heel counter with improved lockdown to help foot strike. Knitted collar around ankle grips for a sock-like feel. The SensorPod is embedded into the sole near the middle part of the shoe, not in the circle under the heel. HOVR Phantom and HOVR Sonic not pictured are Under Armour's two newest connected running shoes. Running while connected and tethered running. Connected running with the HOVR Phantoms is just like running with regular shoes, just lace up and go, but you let the shoes do the tracking. You can start a recorded activity in MapMyRun hitting the pavement, but it's not necessary, thanks to the untethered running feature. This feature lets you run without the app and still record the activity. The shoes automatically recognize that you are running and will track duration, distance, calories, pace, cadence, and stride length, uploading the data to MapMyRun the next time you open the app. There are some perks of running with MapMyRun working in tandem with the shoes to track you in real time. But personally, untethered running is my favorite kind of running because it lets me do whatever I like to do without worrying about whether I'm running indoors or outdoors, integrating programs with MapMyRun, or using audio feedback or voice coaching. Sometimes I want to worry about those things, but most of the time I don't. An untethered run with the HOVR Phantoms is a lot like running with Fitbit Smart Track, which automatically tracks a workout after you've been doing it for more than 10 minutes. The Phantoms don't seem to have such a high minute threshold for auto-tracking, since most of my recorded run durations matched the actual amount of time I spent running. Data captured by the Phantoms, at least distance, duration, and pace, was always nearly identical to that of my treadmill and my own calculations. Both Under Armour's and Fitbit's technologies encourage you to forget about the devices you're wearing and exercise freely. Under Armour's is more effective purely because it's built into technology you already need: shoes. If you forget to put on your Fitbit before going for your morning jog, it's like the jog never happened, at least in Fitbit size. With MapMyRun, if you were to forget your Fitbit, you can add exercises to your daily login Fitbits app. But with tech built into your running equipment, you should never have to do that when using the HOVR Phantoms. It's the easiest tech-assisted way for runners to track workouts and progress, so long as you like the HOVR shoe styles. If you're particular about the type of running shoe you use, however, HOVR may not be the best option for you. So going forward, we'd love to see Under Armour take a fossil group approach and build connected technology into all of its shoe styles, allowing more runners with different shoe preferences to take advantage of the connected approach. To manually begin a run in MapMyRun, the shoes need to connect to the app. Under Armour's improved SensorPod makes this a nearly instantaneous act. If you're wearing the Phantoms and holding your phone with MapMyRun open, it takes mere seconds for them to connect. For that, you can simply choose the type of workout you're doing and hit the green Start button at the base of the app's homepage. Depending on the activity, MapMyRun will display a map of your route in addition to all of your running stats. MapMyRun uses your smartphone's GPS to track your location, so you'll only get a route map when using the app in tandem with the HOVR shoes. Since the shoes themselves do not have an embedded GPS, they cannot track location on untethered runs. Otherwise, the shoes collect accurate running data no matter if you're indoors or outdoors. Many running devices, particularly connected shoes, get tripped up while you're running on the treadmill because you're not actually gaining any ground that the shoes can track. But Under Armour optimized the shoes to work accurately no matter where you run, so frequent gym goers will not get the short end of the stick. Page 2. Under Armour accelerated its tech ambitions in 2013 when the company purchased MapMyFitness for $150 million. That buyout gave Under Armour control over popular apps including MapMyFitness, MapMyRun, and MapMyRide, as well as other software tools for Under Armour to build mobile ecosystems for its products. Since then, the company has put its own spin on the fitness tracking apps while keeping the core technology the same. The MapMyRun mobile app for Android and iOS allows users to track and map running routes by using a smartphone's GPS. Since we reviewed the Gemini 2 sneakers, which also connect to MapMyRun, the app's skeleton remains mostly the same, but Under Armour gave it a fresh coat of paint recently. The UI feels cleaner and more modern than the previous edition, now using fewer icons and relying more on color and blocky text to denote different sections, data, and pages. The homepage still prioritizes recording new activities with a large Start button at the base. Controls to change the workout setup or the music connection are quickly accessible at the top of the page. An outdoor run is the default exercise, but MapMyRun has a large library of trackable exercises. The many ways to coach a few special features can help you out while you run, some of which can be turned on or off from the workout setup menu. Voice feedback interrupts your music with real-time data, including pace and split information, while coaching will tell you how to improve your running based on a personal goal. You can set pace, speed, distance, duration, calories, heart rate zone, and other goals in MapMyRun, and the voice coach will pipe in every so often to provide updates on your progress and tell you if you need to improve. For example, with a pace goal of 8 minutes per mile, the voice coach will say your current pace and tell you to speed up if you need to go faster to reach your target. With a time interval goal, the voice coach becomes a timer, informing you of the current interval, whether it's a hard, easy, or rest interval, and how long that interval lasts. MapMyRun homepage and dashboard. Stats shown in the middle of the run. Post-run summary and challenges page. Logged workouts and stat breakdown. Line graphs for cadence, stride length, and pace during a specific run. Training Plan section lets you choose a race prep plan to follow. Main app settings and workout setup menu. Coaching lets you run to meet time interval, pace, speed, distance, and other goals. Time interval goal settings. All the exercises that MapMyRun can record. Shoe description and settings pages. Workout list showing Gait Coaching beta tips. Description of a cadence-based Gait Coaching beta tip. Each tip has explanations of what aspects of cadence, pace, and splits you should focus on to improve your running. MapMyRun also has training plans to prep you for anything from a 5K to a marathon, which can be found either in the My Plan page next to the dashboard or in the main app settings. After answering a few questions about your current running habits, the app spits out a routine for you to complete over a number of weeks to get you ready for the race to run to meet the goal you set. A few years ago, these kinds of training plans were sequestered to standalone apps like Couch to 5K, but many running and exercise apps, including MapMyRun, have been incorporating them directly to make it easier for runners to meet their goals. Under Armour has a beta Gait Coaching feature that will debut on February 9th through a software update and works with the HOVR shoes. Using the connected technology in the shoes, MapMyRun generates personalized tips to help you improve pace, cadence, and splits performance. For example, a cadence tip may tell you to take quicker, shorter steps if the shoes detect that you are not within the target cadence range for your age, gender, height, or pace. All of this is done post-run, so Gait Coaching is currently meant to help you reflect on what you can do better during your next training session. While helpful, I'd like to see Under Armour incorporate voice coach feedback that reminds you of your target cadence, pace, or split goal before you begin the next run. This would likely only work if you are actively tracking a workout with MapMyRun, not on an untethered run, but it would help many users who forget to use the advice the app provides them from previous sessions. It would also make Gait Coaching more akin to LumaRun's voice coaching feature, which remains one of the best for real-time form correction. It's fairly convenient to have so many features that provide feedback, or just help you out in general, all within MapMyRun. They all work together in that sense, and yet MapMyRun separates them all into individual features that you can turn on or off or choose to participate in or not. Under Armour should combine all of its coaching features under one roof, even if it just means putting them all in the same page in MapMyRun, so it's easier for users to find the coaching features they want and understand any overlap there may be. Overall, MapMyRun has most features a runner would want in one app, but like its coaching features, they're all spread out within the app. Data and features are hidden in pages within pages in the app, making the user tap multiple times just to get to things like Gait Coaching tips, a full list of recorded workouts, and popular local running routes. While Under Armour improved the app's aesthetics this time around, it should focus on information organization next. The most convenient runner's wearable. Under Armour's first connected shoe project was solid, and the new HOVR shoes only extend the company's success. I appreciate the improvements Under Armour made in the HOVR Phantoms and HOVR Sonics because they make the connected running experience easier and more enjoyable. I love seeing the amount of data transmitted from the shoes into MapMyRun, and I love that the connection and transmission between the two technologies is stable and quick. Considering the HOVR shoes' $100 to $140 price range, a pair of either is a no-brainer investment for hardcore runners and serious newbie runners, as long as the styles suit your feet. If running is your favorite form of exercise, or if you plan to dedicate a significant portion of your active time to running, the HOVR shoes are a better investment than any wristband fitness tracker because they track running well and forgo most gimmicks of any activity-based wearable. Still, I hope Under Armour does two things in the future: continuously adds data that can be tracked with its connected shoes via software and firmware updates, and expands connectivity to its entire line of shoes. The former will not only prevent the technology from seeming stale, but it will also allow runners to get more insight about the running style using the pair of shoes they already have. But the latter is key to the overall success of connected running shoes as a category. Much like Fossil's hybrid smartwatches, there can't just be one or two hybrid devices floating in a sea of regular watches and full-blown smartwatches. A larger percentage of Fossil brand watch styles come in hybrid models. Under Armour should use this strategy to make connected versions of most if not all of its running shoes, allowing more runners to exercise freely while tracking every stride. The good two different shoe designs give runners options. Improved connection and data transfer. Improved pace threshold will capture slower running paces. Tracks distance, pace, and stride length both when connected to MapMyRun and not. Good battery life will last at least an average of 300 miles. The bad can't be used to track daily activity. Gait Coaching currently does not provide audio feedback during a run. Coaching and audio features are confusingly spread throughout MapMyRun. The ugly limited connected shoe styles, so not all runners will be comfortable in these shoes.